This is the strongest image I have of my father, filed away in my memories. Leaning on a bar, veiled in smoke, drink and cigarette in one hand, the other free and gesticulating, erupting in brusque, broken laughter, or else in rage if his chosen stranger has unexpectedly backtalked and become his enemy. A lack of oxygen keeps my father from speaking in long sentences, and for the first time in his life, he has to let the other person talk more than him. My sister and I listen, as we always have, disconnecting. That was our family life. Him delivering monologues, and us 4 children cultivating our inner worlds. And that must be why all have a tendency to get distracted that makes us seem a bit clueless. Clemente met Manolo at his lowest, and he has taken the reins. He can talk a blue streak with 2 oxygen tubes running up his nostrils and tells us, as if it were a prank, how both of them woke up hungry last night, and both of them rang their bell and called the nurse, who's had it up to here with both of them, brought yogurt, cookies, and a little chocolate. When he wants to refer to my father, Clemente often says, "Our friend here," or "the very same man you see before you." And as he tells us what he did last night, we nod with wonder at his use of this fusty expression of familiarity to describe the old authoritarian Manuel Lindo. I doubt anyone's ever called him "our friend here" before, and his face looks annoyed, as though it didn't please him in the least to be diminished this way in front of his daughters. But "our friend here," as his roommate calls him, hardly has a voice left, and in a way, Clemente makes up for his tactlessness by protecting my father, placing himself at his service, and that's something my father's always been a pro at, finding others who put themselves at his service. In this ersatz couple, Clemente plays the role of secretary. He tells us what the doctor says if she comes to visit while we're away, and he keeps my father's cell phone in easy reach on the nightstand to call us in case our friend decides he needs us to bring him something. My sister is used to it by now. If the phone rings at 9 a.m., it's Clemente calling to say my father wants us to bring him another checkbook from Santander Bank. We don't know what he wants a checkbook for at the hospital, but we do know if he doesn't get one, he'll throw a tantrum like a little brat. Clemente called the other night because my father needed his denture cream. That was how we found out my father has 2 false teeth. He's always boasted of his full set of teeth, pristine, unlike those of almost every other member of that malnourished generation that grew up during the war. Oh, and Manolito's notebook. Clemente called back, telling us not to forget Manolito's notebook, please. He needs it. What he's referring to is a day planner for school kids, published in 1996, based on the hero of my book, Manolito Four Eyes. In it, he has written down in no discernible order all the addresses and phone numbers that matter to him. My sister's, mine, and all those people, friends, employers, co-workers, who might help him to locate us if we don't pick up our phones. We've given him others, but he refuses to let go of that child's day planner, with the letters of the alphabet written in his own handwriting on the corners of its pages. For 3 days now, Clemente has been a part of our lives, and whether we like it or not, we have to accept him, just as so many times in the past we accepted the vapid barflies my father glommed onto, or the women he established some unspecified relationship with, much to our discomfort. Yes, there's something about this scene that reminds you of school. The 2 men's hospital gowns look like schoolboys' smocks. Neither of them has on underwear. They rest their fists on their trays, impatient for dinner to arrive, and when they hear the cart approaching down the hall, they open instinctively their legs in excitement. My sister and I both have been startled by the perturbing sight of the men's squished